My name is William Rumsey. I am a registered nurse by profession. I had a lot of fatigue and some heart palpitations, and I had went to the emergency room a couple of times and they weren't quite sure what was going on. And the next time that I had went, the emergency room doctor, he had found a mass on my right kidney, and then we set up a date to have it removed. I have no recollection from that time to about July, at the end of July.
So he had his surgery on June 10th, which was a Monday, and that Friday he came home, and he was pretty confused at night, but I thought it was just from his surgery. And the next day he woke up and he was super confused, not able to track conversation, or he wasn't really making sense. I called the doctor and they said to take him to the emergency room right away. So we did that, and when he got admitted, they determined that he was septic. So they started him on IV, brought him to the floor, and then he was up on the floor for like a week. And then they decided to go in. The trauma surgeon wanted to go in to see what the root of the sepsis was, because he was on IV antibiotics, but it really wasn't helping too much. But he wasn't showing symptoms of anything too horrible because he was eating and going to the bathroom and things like that, so they weren't like overly concerned. So they took him into what was supposed to be an expiratory sort just to kind of see what was going on. And so I was waiting in the waiting room, and then the doctor came out and he said he's a super sick man. He's like, he totally fooled us. When I went in, what I saw was his right colon had died and his bowels had emptied out into his body. So he said he did the best that he could as far as taking all that fluid and stuff that they water it out and then suction it out as best as they can. He said, I did as best as I could, but I'm really not sure what's going to happen. So he moved him to the ICU, and it was really a wait and see type of situation. Because honestly, we learned after this all, like, they really weren't expecting him to make it off the table or get out of the ICU because he was so sick, and because of the fact he had one kidney. This one kidney took a hit with both the IV antibiotics and the sepsis. From what they knew medically, like from a medical standpoint, they didn't expect him to pull through it. He was released from the hospital after 59 days. He had to go to rehab because he wasn't able to come home because he needed too much care that wasn't going to be possible. And while all this was going on, I was like worrying financially already because I could kind of see how the future was going to play out because of the fact he wasn't going to be able to work. So that's when I had talked to our bank to see if they would help us like defer some payments on our mortgage. And then I reached out to the community beneficiary to see what type of help we would be able to have so that so I could focus on his healing versus being super concerned about the financial things, and losing our house was my biggest concern.
Now I don't know what exactly I'm going to be able to do because my stamina right now is I'm probably good for about 2 hours, and then I need to do some rest or something because I just wear out so fast. I've talked to my doctors and they say that that's normal, and we're probably looking at about a year rehab.
The doctors have told us since then, like when he's had follow-up surgery visits, that from a medical standpoint he should be here. So it's a miracle, but we look at it, it's all the prayers that went up that he's here to do something yet in life. So yeah, we just want to focus on that, be able to focus and be blessed on that, and get back on our feet.